Welcome, everybody. This is Lisa Wright, and Cindy Lifestyle and More is here.
Hello.
How
And
you
my
doing?
name is Cindy. Cindy Lifestyle More. That goes together. Huh?
Can you hear me?
I'm doing good. Uh-huh.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yes, I can.
All right. So we talked today and decided we were going to discuss a few things.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
If you guys are just coming in and out, you're more than welcome. This is a safe space. We just ask that you respect that space. If you don't, then we're going to go ahead and remove you from the chat. How about that? How's that, Cindy?
Yeah, because then it takes us away from being, not that we're serious, but it just kind of goes left field.
Yeah, we're talking about one thing and then we go talk about another thing because people like to,
Yeah.
I don't mind talking about other people's talk. I have no problem with that.
Mhm.
But, it's important to stay on here. And if you're here, hello. Okay.
Yes, hi.
All right. So I'm actually going to go on YouTube, which I rarely ever do.
Okay.
And open up the live on my page. I never do this.
You never do that?
No, but I see that we are on. Oh, I just paused it.
You did.
Okay, here we go. All right, good. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why I do that, but I should go in there and see if we have moderators, etc.
Uh-huh.
So that, I never have the live running at the same time. So,
Right.
okay.
I always try to look, but I'm still learning, but I do try to look.
So we've had an interesting week.
Yes, we have.
There's a lot going on in the news, and Cindy and I thought that we would discuss it on a midlife perspective. Two women who've kind of we've been through a lot, and we've seen a lot.
Yes.
We have very strong and powerful lived experiences, and we never really we're not going to talk about political leanings. We're going to talk about what we've seen over the years, and whether it be our experiences with presidencies and administrations over the years, and what we're seeing today, and how perspective 20, 30 years ago has really changed the climate and the opinions of people's perspective of leadership 20, 30 years later. We have a reference. Are you muted?
It's a whole different ballgame. The dogs are barking. It's
okay.
Okay. It's can I be honest with you? It's hot out here. Very
It's
unusual.
hot in here too.
It's unusual. I don't like those things because it's like we've always called it the earthquake weather when it goes from one extreme. You know what I mean? It's like I'm like perspiring and I'm sweating and yeah, it's weird. So when I was young, our dad never voted, and our mom did. She actually would even work in it. She'd sit there with a little table, and people would. This is back in the day.
70s.
That's enough. People had their cards and everything, and I don't know if they were paid. I don't remember, but she loved it. A lot of housewives got out and enjoyed themselves.
Yeah.
And they had fun. It was fun. They were serious, but they were fun. And never heard anything bad when she came back. She enjoyed herself. She had friends who were Republicans. She was a Democrat. Everybody got along. They would say, okay, somebody would win. Okay, next 4 years is our turn. That's how it was. It was just very no hostility, no nothing.
Yes, 100%.
So, right? So when I turned 18, I was excited to vote. I was so excited. And my mom did not influence me on anything. She
Like
was
the
just like,
party association.
right. And she was like, you can vote now. Like, you can drive now. That's how it was. It was like, okay, you get your driver's license, you get to vote, and then you hit 21. It was like a little system. So I had a really fun time at that time. Now, the only difference with me, I didn't vote for senators in Congress. I just voted for the president of the United States.
Okay.
Okay. So I did that for many, 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 many years. And I'm going to be honest. I did not look at anything. I listened to them, but I was more watching TV and then dad watch Walter Cronkite, all the news. And I would hear some things from afar, but I wasn't like focused. Mom was, but I wasn't. She never asked me who I was going to vote for. It was just like, are you going to vote? Yes, I'll see you down at the place and you're going to have fun. And it was
Okay.
really neat. It was educational to me.
But let's tell everybody our parents were lifelong Democrats.
Mom was not, dad was, he didn't vote.
Dad was a Democrat.
Right, okay.
Dad was working class. He believed in the Democratic Party, blah, blah, the whole thing. Okay.
Mhm. Okay.
And I remember I was the first to get all excited about voting, my first time voting. And I was all excited and I voted for Ronald Reagan.
Yes.
And
I remember. Okay.
everybody knew that son of a gun won every state in the country that year that I voted.
Mhm.
I voted, my first year was 1984. And I had just turned 18, I think. Yeah, whatever. And
Well, you actually saw him at your high school.
I saw him,
Yeah.
met him in person, as President of the United States. And I mean, it was like a big thing. Okay.
It's a big dream. Yeah.
Yeah. But okay, so fast forward. It used to be, I remember my mom also taking me to the polling stations when I was a
Yes.
little kid. And it was like literally somebody's house would have a polling station. Remember?
That's right.
They had them in the front, like the driveway. They had the little booths in the driveway.
And then they also had them in school auditoriums.
They had them in school auditoriums.
And then libraries. I remember they were like everything was like
coffee, donuts.
Yes, do you know I forgot about the house thing?
I'll never forget it. My mom around the corner went to somebody's house, and the house in the front porch or in the driveway had polling booths with a little curtain, and women
see their two legs
volunteered their house.
Yes.
And you could vote at somebody's freaking house. I don't know if they still do that.
I don't know. I have no idea. Then I remember mom was at the school or something at a cafeteria the next time. And like I said, there was no online. So everything was physically done. I mean, you had to go with your little card and had to physically stand and do it.
Yeah. And nobody gave a shit about parties.
No
one gave a shit. Nobody gave a crap. No one cared. Like I'll just tell everybody, my first year I voted for of course, Ronald Reagan, who won like every state in the union, I think, except for one. Second time I voted for Bush. Third time I voted for Clinton. Oh, Clinton was awesome, man. I voted for Clinton. I was like, him and Hillary were like power duo. There was controversy. You remember? And it's like people didn't get moved by the controversy. It was weird. I think more people focused in on the fact that he played the saxophone with sunglasses, and a lot of people were moved by that.
Yeah. Something different, just personality.
And when he ran and when he was president, he governed really well. Like the country
the first 4 years was good.
Booming. Yeah. Freaking booming. Just want to say that.
Well, honestly, back in the days, things were great. It doesn't, if it was Ronald Reagan, nobody talked about anything. Everybody was just happy campers. Remember? Happy campers. Everybody was happy. Everybody was shopping. Everybody would go to the store. Everybody would come in and relax and get their nails done. I felt like everything was free spirited, but not like, but just happy.
Mm-hmm.
Everything was restaurants were opening, waitress were making money, and I was making money in sales, and bakeries were doing great. It was just the smallest business to the high business.
Rent was affordable back then.
Homes were affordable back then. I mean, I don't know, mom had a house and everything, but I just remember a lot of people. No, I did say this to a few coworkers at work. Back in the day, people that were in sales and retail, didn't have some had college degree, high school, college degree, some didn't. They were able to afford an apartment, afford a car, or to live like a career. It was different. And my friend had 27 hours a week, 27 hours of work and wrapping, gift wrap department. She had her own car. She rented an apartment with her roommate. She didn't have her own, but you can't do that with 27 hours a week anymore and have an apartment and still live.
So then I noticed the shift happened. And the shift happened when Clinton left office and it was Gore against Bush. And for some reason, there was this thing where people got angry at each other over it. And you couldn't talk about anything anymore. You couldn't talk about who or why you liked a particular candidate. Like friends were starting to say, if you vote for so-and-so, I'm not gonna be your friend anymore.
I'm gonna disown you.
It got weird. It was like, where are you coming from this? What are you talking about? You know what I mean? It just got really weird. Like there was hatred that was fed. People started hating one another if you voted a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
That never happened back then. And then, of course,
but it's true.
Yeah. And then, of course, 9/11 happened. And then everybody suddenly, once again, people
okay,
got
come
weird.
on, you guys.
People got weird. Let's talk about that,
I remember when I was working and I didn't know, who to vote for, so I just I voted. But I was just happy in my life. That, like I was telling you, Greg is the one that, you don't vote for senators, you don't vote for the Congress, you don't vote for the mayor. I go, no, I just vote for the president. Because I was just happy in my life. I was happy, I'm good.
Okay. But I think the onset of all this shit happened when CNN went nuts and Fox News hit the market and all that division started happening.
They have their own opinions instead of instead of just showing something. Yeah.
And people's attitude was this: you either watched Fox or you watched CNN.
Yeah. Greg watched Fox, so guess what? We watched Fox. That's how it was.
Exactly.
But I need positive in my life. It's like I need someone to talk about everything, but I need some positive.
But let's face it, that whole talking head thing where they would go, oh, we're going to have 3 people on and they're all going to, and then they started arguing on screen. We want facts, not opinions. Let us decide what we think. Well, exactly, Ruben. But I think all this started right after the 9/11 thing happened in 2001, where people started having their opinions and it was being televised. I know women to this day in my freaking neighborhood who have the news station running on
All
TV
day.
all day long.
Right.
And so they're getting, and it's one station, like either they're only listening to Fox, or they're only listening to CNN, or they're only
Mhm.
listening to CNBC.
Mhm.
When we grew up, Dad would come home and there'd be 1 hour of news
Walter
on
Cronkite.
TV.
It was Walter
That was
Cronkite.
it.
And it was 60 Minutes on Sunday. And the rest was TV shows.
Yes. Right after, the rest was TV shows. Right after. And that's what you would watch.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody, that's how life was. You just watch 1 hour of news, and the news was reported. And then
Right.
all of a sudden it became 24/7. And everybody's opinion, everybody had an opinion, and everybody was ready to tell. I lost friends.
Yeah.
I lost friends. I
That's
lost friends because if you vote for that person, we're going to have to go back and talk about our friendship. It was like,
Yeah.
you're either in the cult or you're not in the cult.
Right.
And I chose not to be in the cult. And if you were an independent, oh, you were not educated. You were not,
You're
you were a
labeled.
person who didn't know, a person who was like, you know, you need to get your facts straight, and you don't have any power to choose. And it was just insane. And, you know, to
See,
not be
that's
a
what I
member
didn't
of a
want.
party.
I didn't want it to consume me where I couldn't live. Like, why am I doing that to myself? You know what I mean? It's because things are going to happen regardless.
Okay. And then the internet happened. And
Mhm.
now you get the internet. Well, I don't get it, but internet is on your phone. Well, the phones happen. Now everybody is like in tune, or they're listening to the freaking radio or whatever. So I know that you tell me that you watch Fox,
Mhm.
and I told you that I don't watch any of it.
Well, I don't. Okay, so what I do, I get up in I don't even have an alarm clock anymore because the dogs wake me up. I get up and then I close my eyes and have my cup of coffee. What I usually do is I get up and answer my comments on YouTube, and then I watch some YouTube, and then I'll watch maybe an hour of some news, and then I start to exercise. Just that alone is like 8 o'clock in the morning, and I've probably been up since 5 a.m. So when I was single, I didn't watch any news. I just went, took a shower, start doing my makeup, put my accounts together, got in the car and left. I didn't have time to see. That's what I was telling you. When Greg says, I can't believe this and that, I go, I don't have time. I have to get to work. I can't worry, because if I put myself in a downer mood, I can't perform. So I
Yeah.
didn't watch it because I had to go. And that's the first thing they said. Don't watch anything. Don't just get in, because they wanted you to be in sales. They wanted you to perform. They want you to be motivated. I didn't even know things were happening until I got in the salons.
Okay. So then, okay. And then, so you got in the salons, you saw other people's opinions, and then you would come home and Greg was always watching the news.
And
That's
then
what
I would
Greg
tell
had
them about
on.
it. Right.
And okay. And then I got black pilled in 2012. Stay hungry, stay humble, stay winning. 100% Black Hawk. So I got black pilled. Eventually what happens is that you get black pilled. And I
I'm
got
listening.
black. Hey, Andy, welcome.
Hi, Andy.
So I got black pilled in 2010. And that's when the bank crashed. Thank you,
Okay.
Andy. And I got black pilled. And between 2010 and 2012 was when I was starting to shut everything down. And between 2012 and 2016, I started looking at things a lot differently.
Okay. I'm
And
listening.
okay, I started looking at things a lot differently. I started doing stuff like personal research. I got off Facebook, all kinds of stuff. And because all my friends were just shutting me down anyway. But anyhow, and I stopped watching all politics. I exited out. And then my friends told me, some people I know from work said, "Hey, are you watching hi Tyler, welcome." Then some friends of mine told me, "Hey, are you watching the Republican primaries?" And I said, "No, I'm not watching. I don't follow the news." And they go, "You
Hi,
gotta watch."
Peyton.
They
I'm
said,
saying hi. Yeah, go
"Yeah,
ahead.
no worries." They said, "You gotta watch it. It's a shit show." And that was when Trump was in there. I still
Okay.
didn't watch it. Still didn't watch it.
Mm-hmm.
So then Trump got nominated. I didn't watch the party show, none of that shit. Okay, none of it. But when the election day came, there was a weird feeling in the air. And I was like, I don't understand why everybody's down on. I did not know why everybody was having this weird thing about Trump. I didn't know what he said, why he said, what he did, how I tell people this. I remember him from the 80s, the 90s, and the 2000s, and how successful he was and popular he was. That's the man I remember. That's the man that I knew.
Right.
And everybody else was like, there was a whole new generation of, they hated this human being. And I was like, I thought it was weird. I was like, I don't get it. I just didn't get it. And I remember, I remember I was off Facebook. So my husband was on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
I know people still dislike Trump. They still do. And so anyway, I'm on and my husband's on Facebook. Well, he wins the freaking election that night. And I go on Facebook and I'm listening. People I personally know are like having an effing meltdown. Oh my God, we need to leave the country. And I was like, what's going on? What is
jumping on an airplane
like this? I wrote down, he's only going to be here for 4 years. Give him his 4 years. Let him do his thing. And then he's going to be a one-shot guy and he'll be gone. My husband told me, shut it down. Shut it down. Don't write anything. And I'm like, what happened? You should have seen the comments. Lisa, you're a right racist xenophobe.
Oh, Lordy.
What are you talking about? I said he was going to be a one-hit wonder. Just let it go. In 4 years, he'll be gone. Okay, don't worry about it. How could you say such a thing? He's a xenophobe. He's this, he's that. You're a racist. If you align with that type of thing. And these are people that I knew. It's like
you probably was shocking like through a loop. Like you're like, what did I do wrong?
And then I responded like, you do know that I'm a Mexican American woman who's had to fight my whole life, work my way, scratch my way through success of what little I have.
But that's not all. Where did grandpa and grandma come from?
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, you don't know, you have no idea about someone's life and
And I was like, you do realize that my last name is Gallegos and blah, blah, blah. And you should have seen these people. Suddenly, I started getting threats, and these are people that I knew. I was like, close it. Just close it. I don't know what the hell's happening right now, but this is insane. So, I'm going to share with all of you my red pill story.
Okay.
How I got back in. You ready?
Just hold on. Let me get a box here.
Cindy's going to go get a box because we also have something else happening later on the show. But if you guys are here, I want to share with you my red pill story, who I spoke to, how it happened, and how I never, ever went back. Okay. Mm-hmm. So the year was 2016. Things just started happening. Mm-hmm. So 2016, we know that there was a big drop of information and that everybody was saying, hey, we all got hacked and there's a big drop. Okay. So people started digging and reading the freaking emails. And there were some things in the emails that was very suspicious. and raised a lot of, something's going
Now,
on.
when did this happen? I missed it.
2016 during the election. There was a big
2016.
drop.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. So there was this big drop. Julian Assange.
Oh, yeah. Is he
some-
still in prison or something like that?
I don't know the update on him.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay.
So I went down the rabbit hole. Okay.
Oh, geez. The
I
rabbit
went
hole.
down a rabbit hole. I went down a rabbit hole. That's all. And I was like, I didn't go way down, but I was like, some things that doesn't make sense. And there were some things that came out. So anyway, so 2017 rolls around and I'm in New Mexico visiting family, and I'm going for a walk in the morning. I take the dog out for a walk. It's winter and it's cold, but it's a nice, like really nice cold. You know, it feels good. And they have these really pretty walking paths with these benches. So I decided to sit down and take a break. And I had Bobby, my Cocker Spaniel, with me. And this guy walks up to me. And this guy goes, "Oh my God, that your dog is so cute. It's a puppy." I go, "Well, actually, he's 10, but he always looked like a puppy." So we start talking.
He did. Yeah.
And he tells me, we start talking about what we do for a living. And I said, I mentioned the word flowers.
Okay.
And this guy goes, he goes, "Wow." He says, "You must get really busy for weddings." And I said, "Yeah." I said, "Oh, it's wedding, when the wedding season rolls out, it's really busy." And he gets upset. He goes, "Oh, I got to go to this effing wedding coming up soon. And I'm not really happy. I got to drive all the way to Santa Fe, which is like an hour out. And this stupid effing bride thinks that this place is like the greatest place. And won't shut up about it. And she won't shut up about Zorro Ranch."
So he's not a happy camper.
I don't even know anything about Zorro Ranch at the time. Okay. But man, this dude tears into all the controversy about Zorro Ranch. And I'm listening to him. And he starts telling me all about Zorro Ranch, about the past history of Zorro Ranch, about who owned it. And he starts telling me about there's this lore. Okay, this is alleged. First of all, I want to put out a disclaimer. This is his story. This is only my personal experience.
This is what he was saying. Okay.
This is all allegedly. I'm just telling you what I heard.
Okay.
And he starts telling me the story about Zorro Ranch and how people were kidnapped and taken to Zorro Ranch and they were messed with. And then he started to tell me that I guess it's a New Mexican lore that people in New Mexico know. If you have a family member or people disappear in New Mexico, chances are they were abducted and taken over to Zorro Ranch, allegedly.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, and I'm just listening and listening and listening. And then he goes on about women and what happened to them. And he's angry. He's mad because now it's a freaking event venue. I guess they took it away from him, this man named Jeffrey Epstein. And I guess they took it away from him, or he got into trouble. Okay. And then the guy was like, "And that MFer only spent weekends in jail." And he's just going on and on. He's angry. And now this stupid bride was so excited to be going to Zorro Ranch. And there's this terrible history behind the whole thing. And he told me this, that apparently, allegedly, he's only sharing his story. And I have a hard time repeating this, but I'm going to say it because I got to cleanse my brain. He said that people were kidnapped and taken there, and a number of things happened. But one of the things was elites would go there and they would hunt for game kidnapped humans.
Ooh.
And he left it at that.
That's where he left it.
That's
kind of weird.
He left it, and that's where I left it. And I'm like, well, I got to go now. It's getting pretty cold, and I need.
Because I don't know if you're one of them.
I don't know if I'm going to be the next victim. But I got to go. I'm sorry. I got to go. Thanks for letting me know. Hey,
that's
I really
scary enough. But you did the right thing. You did the right thing. I would have been stepping him back,
I walked the dog back home.
Yes.
I didn't really think about if it was
he following or
that was a weird conversation.
It was.
And I'm going to go home. So I went home, got into the house, stayed with my family for the rest of the time, went back to LA, and I just kind of left it there. 2018 comes rolling around, and Jeffrey Epstein gets arrested by the FBI, taken in.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, oh, okay, I remember that name.
Right.
I remember that name. And then people started talking about, and
Right.
everything matched. Started talking about what happened in 2008,
Right.
how he was arrested then, but he got off on it. He got actually a very light sentence, and it was treated very favorably by who knows what. And
Mhm.
he only had to spend like weekends in jail. It was the craziest thing. You only had to check in and all kinds of stuff. Anyway, so they talk about all the properties that he owns. One of them pops up, and it's Zorro Ranch. And they do a flyover with a
Is this
drone.
still there, Zorro Ranch?
Yeah, they do a flyover with a drone. And the drone is showing the area. And the drone hits this thing, this area, and they're like, and mysteriously, but we don't know what it is, but for some reason, there's these little mock-shaped studio type Western town sets with just the fronts.
Okay.
And nobody knows like why it's like that.
But behind it,
And they're like, there are these sets. They're like, there's Western towns, but there's no like town. It's just a set. It's like a big playground.
pretty interesting.
And I'm like, what if this MFer was telling me the truth?
Right.
What if these
Because you'll
sets
never
were
know.
set up as a way for these victims to run into these sets and try to hide as game?
Who would know?
I never forgot it since then.
That's called
And
a
that
wow.
was my freaking red pill. I was like, they're telling me, that dude was telling me the truth, and I thought he was nuts. I
Right.
didn't think he was nuts, but I was like, yeah, I
But
gotta go.
you just didn't feel right. The whole thing did not feel right to you.
Who tells you? Who
That
tells you
person?
the story? Like, you're just sitting there, guy go, oh, you got a cute dog. What do you do for a living?
I'm sorry.
And then he starts going off about this thing, and it was real. Anyway, my life changed since then, and I've been I have been literally like, that's when I started digging, and I'm like, oh, yep, he was right about that.
He was right about that.
He
You
was
know what
right about
interests me? This reminds me when the day when they when AIDS came out, when AIDS came out, it was like people were getting sick, but they didn't know why. And then all of a sudden this went to that, and that went to that, and all of a sudden, boom, don't bleed in front of somebody because you'll be standing there by yourself. I'm not kidding.
I remember that people wouldn't like toilets and all kinds of ridiculous.
Oh my God. And it was just like, I cut myself. This really happened at work. I was at May Company and I cut myself. I felt so small because it was like, Jesus, don't bleed and thank God one of my friends like, really? So, but look at it now. Nobody even thinks about it.
No.
You go to the dentist, they're looking in your mouth, you know what I mean? Before they were all in a white. I mean, I didn't even want to go to the dentist because I was afraid what they were gonna, they had this big shield.
Because they made up stories that said things that weren't necessarily true.
Right.
I mean, learned to like
right,
really question everything.
And now they want you to come in. We haven't seen you. You need to get your teeth clean. You need to get your. Back in the day, you didn't hear from them. You know what I mean? Nobody was going in. So it just shows you how extreme things can happen. And then all of a sudden, like this whole Epstein thing, in about 20 years from now, when Megan's probably my age in the 60s, it's going to be like back in the 80s. The thing of the past. I mean,
I don't know, man. This one is like,
I don't know.
Because you are just learning about it for the first time.
Yes.
And I've known about it since 2017.
Okay. Honestly, I heard about it. But I didn't, because I don't like thinking negative things all the time. Because I don't, because I don't know why it brings me down. It's like, what if, so. But then you start hearing people talking about it. Then all of a sudden, all of a sudden the news. So I'm just like, what is going on? How did this get so hushed for that many years? That's what's weird to me. It's like, you go to a party. You have to know something's not right. You go to a place. You have to know that something's not. I feel like we have senses in our body. Like, I don't know if I should be here. I don't know if this is the right place to be. I feel that way.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And nobody felt that way. Nobody felt odd, like this doesn't make sense to me. But
I don't know what you're seeing on the news. You watch Fox, so I don't know what.
well, they're just showing pictures of certain things. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
And you and I have had a conversation today, and I was even talking about, like, you have to, like, use your level of discernment.
My
Like, you have to
problem with me,
question even what's being put on the screen and just go, that doesn't make
makes sense, right? But I'm not a hearsay person. See, that's my problem. I'm more like, oh, it happened. You did it to me. Okay, I guess that person was right. Dad always said, and we were always raised, never do the hearsay. If it happens to you and you heard this person does stuff like that and it happens to you, you're like, wow,
Okay. But people have an attitude, and I know people are like this, that they believe it because Fox says so or because CNN.
No, it's true. Yeah. If they say it, it's the truth.
It's not.
No, I didn't say that. I said, I'm not a hearsay. That's what I'm saying. Some people, when you said that, you said, some people are like, oh, I believe it. I believe it. And you're like, how do we know that?
This is why I don't have friends.
That's why you have a defense and a prosecutor. You got two people telling you the same thing. I mean, but in a different way. So that's why you got to be blindfolded to figure it out on your own. Don't take both sides. You're like, okay. And I've always been like that.
We had a conversation about that today. I was like, think about it. Would Bill Gates allegedly really send Jeffrey Epstein an email about this stuff that happened? Would he really? I don't believe that email
and that's okay.
How it was conveniently. I'm like, and also, okay. What's his name? Elon. Elon's biggest defense, he is the largest recipient of the Department of Defense contracts. Do you really believe that he would send out an email to Jeffrey? I mean, these guys know not even to have your camera. They know that the cameras are watching on your computer. They know that people are monitoring emails. They know who are on the top end. Do you really believe that those emails would go out the way they were sent out from them to him? No. Not that I don't believe it. I'm just like, really? Do you really believe that? Just like, do you really believe that in 2002 or 3 that that passports were found that were miraculously untouched? Do you really believe that?
Well, look at Area 51. People, they still don't know anything.
Where?
At Area 51. They say they're supposed to have some men from Mars. And it's like,
you
never know.
That's what I'm talking about, discerning. Like, I don't know about that. I don't think he would send out an email like that
Right.
to him, asking him for help in that matter. It didn't make any, it's like, no, there's no I have to have some form of like, yeah, that's a lot. And also, that dude dropping off that red pill on me as well. At first I didn't believe it because it was sounded too fantastic, but it was true. So then I'm
Right.
kind of like on the fence, it's like, were they that stupid? Like if I go over, I work at a part-time job, and sometimes I sit there and they have in the break room, they have a statue of Bullseye, the dog, right? And I cannot tell you how many times I think, what are the odds that there's a camera in that Bullseye watching us right now? Is there a chance that that could be the case? That's why I
Like
think.
that movie.
You know,
Remember, he goes, I got a camera. Robert De Niro says, and she's sitting there, and he's like,
you don't think that Bill Clinton's sitting there and then goes, oh yeah, here's this really nice girl. Take a picture. And he's just like,
I guess they don't have. I guess they don't have anybody looking in there like
ask. I mean, it's not like, somebody else goes, oh, hey, let me get a picture of you guys together. Don't you think that he would go, and maybe that's not really a good idea,
Right.
And who's taking the picture must be somebody that you really trust. It just doesn't, the whole
But you're
thing.
talking about in the Capitol, and they got no cameras, right? That no camera was there, not one camera. Camera was up, huh? Up on the ceiling, I mean, it was just
They have a camera, a
everywhere.
video of a dude getting whoop whooped in the Capitol, in the, where they all have their meetings.
Mm-hmm.
There's cameras everywhere.
Which
And
is like the
also,
one. Where did the pot come from? Was sitting on the table, or the cocaine thing?
Thomas, your cat weighs 67 pounds. Your cat lost a lot of weight from the last show you were on.
What was that?
Thomas's cat again. Hey, Thomas. Hope your cat's doing well. Love you, Thomas. Bye.
67 pounds. Geez, they have 2 legs. That's all will be left.
I'm not saying that I don't believe all of it. I know that there's some stuff really did happen, but all I'm saying, because you and I grew up in an era, okay, we talked about this today, Cynthia. Trump was married once, and then he had an affair on his first wife, and everybody knew about it.
Mm-hmm.
And then they got divorced, and he married the woman. And everybody was like, oh, look at the woman's dress. They got married. And all these celebrities show up to the freaking wedding. Oh my God, this is a wedding. No one said anything crazy about him. And then he cheated on her.
Right.
And then they got divorced. And she had a child. She had a daughter. And then Melania shows up, and she married him anyway, after knowing he cheated on the first one, he cheated on the second one. And women, were lining up because they wanted to be with him, right? You're telling me that woman's not going to say no? He didn't ask her out, and she could say no. So Melania went out with him after knowing the first 2 rounds. And then he ended up cheating on her as well. Okay, so everybody hates him. But wait a minute. When we voted for Bill Clinton, there was controversy with him and women as well. He still won the election.
Yes. You're right.
And with his wife there, he got involved with a young woman, and they would vote-o-do-do in a secret room in the Oval Office. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? You know, it's like we know who these men are. That's just that. And it's bizarre that
Mhm.
back then people turned a blind eye to it, what appears to be.
Right.
And then now everybody's all up in arms. It's like people who are all up in arms are the people who voted for these people years ago. That's why I'm not all up in arms,
Right.
because I saw culture back then and I saw culture today. Okay, and we saw how things happened then and we see how things happen today.
Today. Yeah.
And these guys are still powerful. They're still, you know, they're still their wives are running for office and everything's going on. They're still all in the limelight.
Right.
I just don't get it
Right.
anymore. I just don't get it.
I get it. I understand what you're saying. I do.
We had fun talking about that stuff
We
earlier.
did.
You were all
Yeah.
into it. Now you're all being quiet. You don't want to say
No, I'm
anything.
not. You're wait, no, you're I'm listening to you. I'm listening to you. It's just like I said, I'm more like I've never been a hearsay. I'm just saying it's amazing how you get from different stations, this side saying one thing and the other station saying that person did a lot, but not this one. It doesn't, they're not in sequence. None of them.
But we were there. We saw it in real time, a lot of the stuff that people talk about. Thomas, you back again? Andy Mon. Okay, hey, Andy Mon.
We got a few people here. Peyton Smiles was here. He's still here. Blackhawk. Andy Monton. I can't talk. Andy Mon TV 3's here. And I don't know who's on your side.
So I want to let you guys know that everybody in life is going to have a red pill moment. It all matters on how you handle the situation. You're all going to have it. Everybody's going to have it.
We all do. But this is the point though. Everybody back then, everybody wasn't so, it didn't ruin their daily life. That's what I'm saying. They still went to work. They still went to the grocery. They still went shopping. They still didn't ruin. It's not like, oh my God, I got to move to France. I got to go to Italy. I got to go here. I got to go there. I can't live. Nobody was
That
like that.
started in 2001 when Bush won the presidency. People started saying these crazy things about, I'm leaving the country.
Like everywhere else is everywhere in this whole world is going to have something.
They would literally say, I'm leaving the country if he wins the presidency. I'm like, where did this come from? I mean, that's when it all started. That's when it all started. People say, I'm going to leave the country.
Okay, let me say this. I lost Greg, right? I lost the gentleman that made most of the money in the house at the time. Okay. Because I don't do any full-time jobs anymore. I'm still living. I'm still getting by. You know what I mean? My whole world hasn't come to an end. My husband's gone. That came to an end. That hurts. But as living, everything is the same.
Yeah.
Point blank. Everything is the same. Everything is still, the car needs an oil change. I still got to go to the doctor. I had to go for a mammogram. I got to do that part. Everything's the same.
Mm-hmm.
Why do I need to move to another country?
Another country. I was watching a video. This gal was talking about, she lives in LA. She lives in Century City. And she was saying like, oh, I think I need to leave. I'm thinking about going to Europe. Move to Europe. So
you're like, okay, well then go. I mean, you just like, I'll send you a postcard for Christmas.
Okay, so do you want to move on and talk about Valentine's Day?
Yes. How does everybody feel about Valentine's Day is coming up? I'm going to talk about Valentine's Day probably in a different light.
All right.
Okay, so Valentine's Day, Greg and I, my husband, if you're new to the channel with Lisa and I, Lisa has her own channel. I have my own channel. And then we also do live together. And we try not to do what we do on our personal channels because we just want to talk to everybody. So that's why my channel is beauty, skincare, and whatever I do. Lisa's channel's doing the gardening, out in the raking, doing whatever she does. And when we're here, we talk about everything. So That's that's our channel. So this is like our own little thing.
Yes.
So when my husband was alive, Greg and I met in 1993. From the day I met Greg to the day he passed away 9 months ago, we were never the couple that bought flowers and a card. We just wanted each other because we had so many other loves in our life. We didn't even marry them. We didn't even, we had the card and, I got to go get, okay, freaking out that I don't have, him at present. So when Greg and I were together, we just spent the time together. Do you want to go to the show? Do you want to go to dinner? Do you want to stay home? That's how we were. And when we would go somewhere, that was our Valentine's and our New Year's and our Christmas present when we go do something like we went to Hawaii or on a cruise. We were on a cruise, 7-day cruise. And it was on the Thursday and it was Valentine's evening and they were doing chocolate and champagne. And we didn't even know it was Valentine's. We had Megan with us. We took Megan on the cruise. And all of a sudden I go, Greg, it's Valentine's. And see, that's what it was. But we loved each other. We just weren't that way. We took our daughter with us to dinner on Valentine's. So she was always with us. So Greg and I spent quality time. This Valentine's, I'm going to be sad. I'm going to be sad that he's not here. I'm going to work. I'm going to work from 1 to 7. I'm working this weekend and next weekend. I'm working on football day. I guess not the World Series.
The Super Bowl.
The Super Bowl's going on. I even forgot all about that. So I want to keep myself busy. So now that I lost the love of my life, I'm working on Mother's Days and Father's Days and Valentine's and Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve because it's okay. I don't have, and I'm not, no, it's something that I have to deal with. And I'm going to deal with grief every day of my life. So I have to deal it as best as I can.
Mm-hmm.
And I watch grief YouTube channel. I've talked to my doctor, and every single one of them have said the same thing. May say it different here, may say it different there. Grief never goes away. Grief is there, is how you deal with it. And I don't want to go in the black hole.
Yeah.
They all say that to me. Don't go in the dark hole because you can't get out. And so I'm doing everything I can to keep myself present for my daughter and for myself. And I'm doing the best I can. So YouTube videos has been my place of home for me to work. So when I get out of that bed, this is my table right here. This is my Vegas right now. This is my Disneyland right now, a place to go to help me.
That's nice. That's good.
Yeah. I know once I leave this table, I deal with it, going to the living room and he's not there and I deal with it. But it gives me sanity right here. So this is good for me. Yeah. So my Valentine's is to work. And I wish everyone a happy Valentine's because my grief here is not to make your grief not be happy. You know what I mean? Because it's not fair to you. Because one day you're, like you said, you're going to have to deal with it too. You know what I mean? So
we all will. Yeah.
Right.
Either Lance is going to deal with me being gone or I'm going to be dealing with him being gone.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So
what are you doing for Valentine's, Lisa?
Well, I wanted to talk about how I feel about Valentine's now. Because everybody, I don't know if you guys know, but I was in the import-export business for like 30 years. I work in LA and there's LAX, Port of Long Beach, and the Los Angeles port are like huge. So that was my career. And it was all perishable goods. So for Valentine's, for like flipping 30 years was a big flower import holiday time.
Yes.
And I never got a chance to enjoy.
You didn't, right? Because you're working in it like I am. I'm going to be selling fragrances and all that. Yeah.
And it wasn't just a day. This went on for like a good solid month before
Married,
Valentine's.
single, dating, you had to be at work because it's a big day for you.
But it wasn't just the day, it was the whole month.
Oh, the
Like
whole month.
flowers would come in like a month, then they did 3 weeks, and it got bigger and bigger. It was a
Because
mess.
there's weddings, people are getting engaged, Valentine's, special occasions, anniversaries. So it's all month long. It's just every day is a Valentine's Day because it just keeps going.
And it was awful. I hated it. I hated Valentine. Like, fuck, I'm gonna have to do Valentine's. God damn it. Ugh. I mean, it was just angry. I'd get so mad, and it would be like all night long. It would be people sending messages and all hours of the night, people shipping flowers from all over the world into the United States. And then the flowers had to be distributed to whether it be retailers, supermarkets, all kinds of stuff, distributors, everything.
Hi,
And it was
Dan.
huge. And I never got a chance to enjoy. So now that I left the industry, import export, I've been gone now since 2023. 23? Lance
Yeah,
and
I think so.
I have no idea how amazing it is. I enjoy Valentine's. Now, I don't go nuts, but like Lance will get a card or we'll go out to dinner. And it's so nice just to have that peace.
Because you get to have it now.
Yes, I get to have the peace.
Just like you wanted to feel the first time to go to the $5 days at Albertsons. Because you had to work. That was a big thing to you, right? It was the same thing for Greg and I because we had to go to work. So we never got a chance to go to the $5 days at Albert. We're talking about going to grocery shopping. Yeah, we got to do it. It was the first time him and I were off and we got to go, so it was, I get what you're saying. I really get it, because Greg and I, even if we were outside sales reps one time he did it for 18 years. I did it 27 years. We were able to take Valentine's off, but we never did because we wanted to go sell. That's how we made a living. We were straight commission. I didn't have time that's why at 9:00 at night, we were at Olive Garden to go to dinner.
And that's exactly it. It was a money-making holiday for us. And I had to be there. I couldn't go. Like one year, Carl, when I was married with Carl, one year, Carl won a trip to the Bahamas when the job he was at. He made the sales goal, and they all went to the Bahamas. Well, the date of the trip was the 1st of February, and I was in import exports. Do you think out there I was going to be able to leave to go to the Bahamas during a flower holiday?
Probably not.
So he's in the Bahamas, and I'm sitting there working.
Oh, I didn't know that. And he actually went?
Well, yeah, because why would you not go?
Right.
And there I am, logistics, trucks and flights and managing and all that stuff, right? Because it's a holiday. And I'm in the import-export business, making a lot of money. So he
went by himself?
Well, he went with the company.
So but you were able to go.
And I couldn't go.
Right. See, that's what happened
in here. It was after Valentine's, and we went to Maui.
Okay. So that's what happened to Greg. When I was working for the company I was working, he's like, you get to go to Vegas once. And that's when he said, you let me know when there's any openings. You know what I mean? Because and when there was, then of course we went together. That's why I was saying we always work hip to hip because he got to go, but I get what you're saying.
It's awful. I mean, I didn't get to go. I never went to the Bahamas. So, I was upset about it. And then anyway, so now that that's done, now I'm just like, oh, this is so nice.
You get to go now. Yeah, enjoy it.
I could celebrate Valentine's the weekend before.
I'm not worried.
Night, the weekend after, anytime during the week, because Valentine's is on a Saturday.
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
So yeah, we could go out for dinner tomorrow.
See, that's why I was saying when Greg and I went on vacation, we took our vacation, and then we were like, he was so happy because he's like, we didn't even think about it because we're on vacation. We had our daughter with us, and we're like, it's Valentine's. I mean,
I'm telling you right now, even this coming Friday, since I'm not working at Target, I have Friday off. I may do a $5 Friday.
All right, I'll be right back. I'm gonna I'll be right back.
After your conversation to answer my question. Valerie, ask me the question. I'll go back in there. Say, hang on a second. Amazing, energetic Joshua. I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. I love
Say
your
hi
videos.
to everybody, Lisa.
Andy Mon. Hi, Andy Mon. I love your videos. I actually reloaded my Pokemon Go back into my phone because of you. And I'm actually playing Pokemon Go again. And that's a whole other story, man. Do you remember when Pokemon Go first came out? Well, my husband, that was what, like 2017, maybe. Tell me if it was earlier, Andy. And how popular it was. I remember going out downtown Long Beach by the water, and literally there were huge crowds of people playing Pokemon Go. And I remember when somebody would go, "There's a Pikachu over by the aquarium," and like hundreds of people would rush all together to go toward the aquarium so they could pull and try to get the Pikachu. It was crazy, and I'll never ever forget it. It was so much fun. So I reloaded it, and now I'm back to playing Pokemon Go. And yeah, you remember Pokemon Go? I'd love for Andy Mon to share that and see if he still does it, if he does it at all. But Andy Mon does the trading cards, and I'm not really up on what's going on because they do battles. But I love to do a battle on some of the places that Pokemon Go has. And it's a fun game. You know, it gets you out, gets you walking, everything else. Okay, Valerie, what's going on? What do you need to know? Valerie says, I'm wondering if to seek validation on leaving my BSF. What's a BSF, Val? He kept venting to me about his harm and killing. Val, you need to report this and make sure that everything is okay. You have to take these things serious. Okay, my friend? And we're not going to be talking about that here on the show. And I am not a professional. And I'm telling you, you need to go to the right people to get advice on this. Okay. So you're not going to get it from Lisa Wright, who's I work at Target part-time. You're not going to get the advice from me. You got to go seek advice from a professional. Okay. So please do that. And then the Amazing says he may try it again, Andy Mon. And then Valerie says, all right, yes. Okay. Make sure you go and you find out who can help you, because that's not, Cindy and I are not counselors.
Definitely not.
The last people who wants to we're the last person you want to get advice from. I love you, but I want you to be okay. So go get advice from a counselor. Okay, hon? We're talking about Pokemon Go, and Amazing Interject Josh says, hi, Cindy. And
okay, so amazing. Okay, so hold on. So Lisa, I need you to write down your people because I can't. So who's on your? Who's right?
Amazing Energetic Joshua.
Okay. Okay, hold on. Let's see. I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to listen to say I can't. It's not going. Oh, so the ones that are on my side, I can see all them, but I can't see yours. Okay.
Okay.
That's the point. So the Amazing Energetic Joshua, he has a channel?
Yes.
All right. So let me write this down.
Cindy wants to do something the next time.
Well, I'm going to start tonight, but I got to know who these people are.
And I have been having a lot of revelations since I stopped drinking alcohol.
Okay. Anybody else? Before you get started, is there anybody else on your side that has a channel?
So did we talk about Epstein files already?
Yes,
and I can't believe how much that's coming up on the news every day. Wow. I don't know about everybody else here, but I've been like in that story since 2017.
Okay. Is there anybody else on your side that has a channel?
Amazing Energetic, who I just made into a He posts a lot too.
Okay.
Okay. Cindy, go ahead and tell everybody what you want to do because we're coming upon the hour.
Okay. So Lisa and I both have channels. So what I want to do is I want to do every week when Lisa and I come on for the live and people that come in and say hello and stay with us for a little bit. I'm going to do a little raffle. And including for Lisa, but it seems like the amazing energetic has been here for a while for Lisa's side. And we're going to put my fingers in there on my side and I'm going to pull out and Lisa's going to shout you out on her post and I'm going to shout you out on my post. And then I'll do one for Lisa and she'll shout that person out and I will do the same. So this is how I feel. We all grow with each other. And this to me, Lisa and I want everyone to grow. And Lisa really loves YouTube. I love YouTube as well. But Lisa loves the technology about it, the analytics about it. And Lisa's very into that. And hi, Dan. And so it's important to Lisa. And I felt like, okay, well, then that's how we all grow. I know there's a lot of live right now, and I don't expect you guys, some may stay and some may not, but at least I know that you've been here for a while and you've been saying things and kind of commenting. I'm going to put your name in these little things. I had a fishbowl, but it got used. So that's why I asked Lisa, who's on her side and then on this. And then what I'm going to try to do, Lisa and I need to find out. I would love to do a raffle once a month of something to send out. And we just need to know how YouTube rules are. So that's the next thing. What happened? What did I miss?
I can't help it.
I bet Lisa was a smoke show 25 years ago. No, she never smoked. But I don't know if that's what it means because I'm never good on things like
Oh, man. You guys, I never take this stuff serious.
Can I have a question? What did that mean? I'm like an Edith Bunker and all the family. I'm like, what? What?
Oh my God. Andy Monin was talking about, I've been watching Andy Mon's battles.
Yes, with his wife. Yeah. He's got the cute little girls. They talk to him. Isn't that cool? Pokemon, the battle challenge. And that's what we're going to do.
But I'd love to find out more, Andy Mon. It'd be nice if you like gave a tutorial about what you're looking at and why. I'm just curious.
Okay.
I know a lot of people rush to the counters to buy these Pokemon cards. And then you guys do these battles. And I'm like, wait a minute, what is it? Let me get my phone. Hang on. Because I reloaded Pokemon Go on my phone.
Hold on, my dog wants water. Come on.
Oh, here it is. Here's my phone. Hang on.
Water?
Okay, Pokemon Go.
No cookies. Not right now. Okay. Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, maybe later. Okay, so I got a little thing I need to catch.
What?
Oh, I forgot I can't catch any because I used up all my balls today. So I got to figure out how I go back and get all my balls today because I used them all up. I caught so many Pokemon today. But if you know how to get more ball, I guess tomorrow it'll re-up, right? Because I went a little nuts today. But I can show you who I have. Doo-doo. Let's see. Yeah. So I have a little friend. This is my friend here. Oh shoot, something else just came up. See, this one came up and then this one came up.
Oh, is that Pokemon?
Ah. But I think I just got a ball. No, I don't have any balls, so I can't do it. Andy says, let me do a trick. Do you want to come on the show, Andy? Andy says, no Pokeballs. Yes, please show me. Let me do a trick. And then Andy Mon says, very cool, Lisa. So yeah, if you could show on your show, and then also who these Pokemons are, I would love to find out more, because I was telling the story about how Lance and I used to go to downtown Long Beach and play Pokemon Go.
Oh, really?
Yes. And on the Amazing Energetic, Josh wants to do a trick. And then we would run, like somebody would go, there's a Pikachu at the aquarium, and scream it out loud.
Oh, really?
And like a wave of everybody would run to the aquarium. Yes, I could talk a little bit about each character. That'd be great. If you know about the characters.
I'm sorry. I didn't go like this to my comments. I wasn't going. I'm like, what are you guys talking about? I'm like, jeez. Duh.
That would be fun. And then you could talk about the characters, because they're very popular. And I haven't seen some of these in a long time, but also you can collect multiples too. Okay, going back to Lisa's stream. Sorry, no worries. Amazing Energetic Joshua, subscribe to your channel, by the way.
Huh?
Amazing Energetic Joshua, subscribe to your channel.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Channel subscriber.
It doesn't mean I'm going to do the same thing. So that's why I'm right. Have you noticed I've been writing everything down?
Yes.
So let me go here. Amazing Energetic. Is that the one, Joshua?
Yes. And Andy Mon has a big book full of Pokemon facts.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So you can learn all about Pokemon from Andy.
Oh, Andy knows everything about Pokemon. Everything. Okay, I just did a Joshua one for him. I just subscribed to your channel.
He says he has a whole book about it.
He's really, Andy loves Pokemon.
The big book of Pokemon facts is awesome. Well, that would be a really good book to get.
Yeah.
So, and I really got to get back into it, because
remember Pac-Man? Pac-Man.
Well, okay, this one is a lot more user friendly, and you don't have to spend a lot of money. Okay, Andy Bond, have a great night. Cindy and I are going to be calling it off anyway.
Yeah.
Because we're coming upon another hour. So,
okay. All right. So I put everyone's name here. So now, now he gets to go twice. I just need to know if they're all, is Andy also in yours?
Yes.
Subscribe to you? Okay, so that's what I need to know. I know Andy, so I know his name.
So we're gonna do this next week. We're
gonna do it right now. We're gonna do one now. Okay.
Help me understand what you're doing.
Okay, hold on. So what I'm doing is, this is Lisa's bowl till I get a fish bowl. Let me get 2 fish bowls. This is mine. Okay. So everyone that is subscribed to you is going to be in here. Okay. People are subscribed to me is going to be in here. If they're subscribed to both of us, they go on twice. Okay. And they get a shout out on our post.
The post that we put out every week?
Community post, yeah. Because I feel like it's important that they get a better shout out. Okay. Including your post. Okay. All right. So I'm putting the energetic here. So, because I know who it is. All right. And this is a Christmas box.
Okay.
I don't want to go, I want to really like do a real post. All right.
I'll do it tomorrow.
Yeah.
'Cause
I
I'm
hope you
doing
do.
all my posts tomorrow.
I gotta think of something for people that don't have a channel.
I'm just gonna go to chat.
Dan's Aquarium.
Yay! Okay.
So Dan's Aquarium, you're gonna do a post on him. Plus you're gonna and then subscribe
Okay.
and you're gonna talk about his channel.
Okay.
But I'm still leaving these in there. I'm not,
Okay, you leave them in there. Got it.
yeah, I'm not gonna
Dan's
do,
name now comes out.
yes. And if Dan comes back next week, this is you got two. I hope. One day we're gonna have a bunch. Oh no, let me close my eyes again.
We'll double share in the community for both your live streams and see who shows up. But just note, my supporter is international, so we don't know who will be show up. Yeah, no worries. Amazing energetic. You got it.
What happened?
No, amazing energetic just left a message. I'll read it out.
Okay. Okay. Now, we're not done yet, so let me do this right.
Let Cindy do her thing because she likes this stuff.
I stuck my.
Okay, we can't do that. Okay.
That was a mess.
One more time. In the meantime, amazing
No,
says.
I don't know why I even did that. I don't even know. Amazing.
Yay, okay.
Okay, so you're going to do a post on him. I'm going to do a post on him. I also subscribe to him. Then you're going to do one for Dan's Aquarium. You're going to, right?
Yes.
Now I'm going to do a post on Dan. Okay, now the next thing, we are going to say thank you to at Andy's Mon TV 3. Let me go down here. Let me get my glasses. The amazing, energetic Joshua J4K Dunn. At Spacetime 111-17U. Peyton Smiles B4B. And Blackhawk 111. Now
Yay.
you go. Now you also say that, Lisa. You do your thing, Lisa, because I didn't see some of your comments.
Oh, I want to thank, Conservative Danker just came in. Welcome, my friend. Appreciate you being here. Amazing Energetic is here. And I want to thank you for supporting the channel. You guys are great. I always appreciate. And I like your content, by the way. I like that you're so authentic. Andy Mon, always bringing value, entertainment, and going to share in the future about the Pokemons because I just got back into Pokemon Go. Yay! And of course, always grateful to Samuel. Always grateful for his constant support. And Valerie, I want you to know that it's okay to ask questions. Just learn how to be a little bit more concerning and discerning on where you send your information to. Okay?
Okay. Does Valerie does content?
I could find out. I have to go in and look. Okay. I'll let you know. And then Thomas, I hope your cat loses a few more pounds.
My dogs need to lose. My dogs need to lose a few more pounds.
Really ideas. Thank you. Abraham Blanco. Appreciate you being here. Ruben. Thank you for being here. Appreciate your responding and adding your comments about my red pill moment. It was crazy, right? Hey, Everybody's going to have a red pill moment, and we should always share what that red pill moment is, because it helps other people understand what's happening in the world. And there's a surprise in every corner, right? Just like I had my surprise when I was in New Mexico and that person shared their story about Zora Ranch. And
That
if you
was
missed
weird.
it, you can go back and check the replay because it really
That was weird.
Yes. And also, okay, so check.
And
So another red pill moment is I met somebody and this person tells me a story. People love to talk. I'm in New Mexico is an amazing place. But so I meet somebody in New Mexico yet again. And somebody says, "Hey, I'm a janitor and the Sandia laboratories, janitor for the Sandia laboratories." And there's a myth that everybody talks about. They have these underground tunnels in New Mexico. And I guess the underground tunnels allegedly connect to Area 51. Well, because he was a janitor, he had to go down there's these hidden secret elevators, and they go down these elevators, and they have to clean the tunnels and all the places, but the tunnels really do exist. Allegedly.
allegedly.
Allegedly. And that's the first time I learned, I was like, they do exist. So yeah, that person told me that they really do exist. Whew. So if you ever go to New Mexico, it's an interesting place.
Very. Mom loved it. And New Mexico, she lived there, 11 years?
She loved living there. Yes.
Mom's
very affordable place, lots of great food, green and red chili, great Mexican food, and just really, really good living.
Yeah, you liked it, huh?
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and end the stream, you guys. Take care. Welcome if you're still here, and check it out in New Mexico. It's a pretty state. Yeah.
All right, guys. Happy everyone. Have a great week, and we will see you
Valentine's Day.
Next one. No, it's not Valentine's yet.
Oh,
if you're not going to be back, well, happy Valentine's Day. But we'll see you all next week.
Okay, never mind.
Okay. Bye. Have fun.
Bye.